Now, your 13 First Alert weather forecast.
And welcome to July. Very typical weather for this time of year. Everybody, for the most part, reaching into the 80s and coming with a nice change, and that is lower levels of humidity and no chances for those pop-up showers and storms this afternoon. Haven't been able to say that too many times here in recent weeks. A live look from our WEAU tower cam showing the sunny weather. 84 degrees right now. Breezy winds out of the west-northwest at 12, so that helps to add a little bit of a cooling component out there. And our dew point in that comfortable range at 57 degrees. July typically is our warmest month of the entire year, and that's reflected in our averages. Starting with today through the end of the month, notice our average high stays pretty steady there. In fact, it basically does, 82 degrees, and our low temperature, same story, hovering right around 60 degrees. Precipitation-wise, we typically still have a decent amount of rain, although it is more than an inch less than what we see on average for June. Just over 3.5 inches, but it is still a very active month with respect to the potential for severe weather. So most of our precipitation in that comes from thunderstorms. And unfortunately, while our daylight does start to drop slowly, right now we're losing about 45 seconds per day off of the daylight, and by the end of the month that'll pick up pace up to about 2 minutes per day. So we'll see sunsets about closer to 8:30 by July 31st. Still plenty of time to enjoy, though, before then. Looking to our west, not a lot to show you here. Satellite and radar pretty free and clear of certainly any rain, but even most clouds, we have just a few puffy cumulus clouds out there this afternoon. Now, there is plenty of warmth around the United States, 80s, 90s, stretching from the plains down to the Gulf Coast, and a ridge of high pressure out to the west. This is promoting a lot of heat there. We do have a trough in the east, and that is keeping it a little bit of a cooler pocket there. For us, our flow will continue to be a little bit more zonal, so we will stay on the warmer side, and a little bit of ridging at times. Looking westbound today, very similar to what we're seeing here in Wisconsin. Going into tonight, it looks like we'll be dropping down into the low and mid 60s as we head through tomorrow. Well, we're talking about highs in the 80s. Now, we do have a bit of a front, a weak one, dropping down from the north. Out ahead of that, we will have west flow, and that will help to bring those temperatures up a couple of degrees more than today. Dew points right now are not too bad. They're mostly hanging out in the upper part of the 50s, but those will be gradually increasing throughout the week, so turning more and more sticky, especially by later Thursday and Friday. There's high pressure over western Iowa. This is keeping our weather quiet for today. A little bit of a front to the north, and as this sags to the south, it could pop an afternoon shower or storm tomorrow. I know for the most part we're talking about dry conditions, but the Storm Prediction Center does have all of our area under a low level 1 risk of a severe storm. I think the main risk if a storm forms would be hail and gusty winds. Our forecast model shows clear skies and then maybe that pop-up storm for tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, that pulls out. And the same story Thursday. We're not tracking any significant precipitation until possibly Friday night and Saturday. That's when a front does come into play. Before that, everything looks fairly isolated, even I think for the 4th of July holiday. I mentioned Friday night. Obviously, fireworks would be a concern. I can't say if that's overnight yet or earlier. We'll keep an eye on that. But the weekend at least starts off a little bit on the wet side, so factor that into your plans.
Yeah, and we've been used to that actually for the last
Seems like more
months
weekends,
or so.
yeah, that have featured some rain. So hopefully we can keep it to just one of those two days.
All right, thanks, Darren.
Yeah.
Entertainment news is up next.